of 16th December 2020, the 50 years of the great victory over Pakistan, and even the biggest surrender of the history, and that is, and also a creation of a new nation called Bangladesh. My friend, every year we all ex-servicemen, veterans get together and commemorate this day. But this year, courtesy going to COVID, we could not get together. Everybody is facilitating each other by sending messages and talking, greetings them over the phone or WhatsApp. And to my surprise, some friends of mine, they sent me a nice bouquet in the morning, congratulating me as a veteran, as a tribute to the martyrs who gave their lives on that day. And also they asked me today I must speak on Vijay Diwas. So my friend, Vijay Diwas is celebrated every year on 16th December to commemorate the victory of armed forces over East Pakistan and liberation of Bangladesh. Victory over Pakistan in Eastern Theatre was a marvel of the military strategy, I would say, executed with perfection by troops on the ground under two great people of my country, the former and the great only lady Prime Minister of India, Indira Gandhi, and Field Marshal Sam Manekshaw. It was an excellent example of joint operations of the three services, my friend: Army, Navy, and Air Force. It is prudent to highlight that great pride, that liberation of Pakistan and Falkland Wars are two shining examples of brilliant military campaigns post World War II. They are taught in the military history world over. I don't think there can be any officer or Indian armed personnel worldwide who is not aware of these two campaigns. My friend, soldiering has been a noble profession for ages. The royal families joined armed forces, army, since this profession of arms was always associated with pride, dignity, and the highest form of nationalism. Since time immemorial, many of the great people, young men who left well-paying corporate jobs to join defense forces, since it was considered as a proud privilege to don the combat uniform. Indian Army, my friend, Indian Armed Forces have proved their mettle every time they have faced the country. The role of every soldier is always and every time in nation building, and whether it be in external aggression or restoring the internal civil law and order whenever they are requisitioned. And the duties of the rulers has always been the welfare of the soldiers. Unfortunately, my friends, I am deeply pained to say that, and I think that this beautiful thought has been forgotten by the present leadership. It's very unfortunate that the expenditure in the defense forces is not seen as an insurance by having a force of deterrence, but seen through the prism of an auditor. The auditor, my friend, always forgets the bodies and their always see through and the devastated bodies and devastated families, but they always through see the everything we view through the prisms and start counting pennies. Recently, we have seen high rhetoric on nationalism, you all know it. Soldier sacrifices and pride as a political narrative, but unfortunately, the erosion of pride, respect, dignity, pay, pensions, perks, and privileges of defense forces. Total erosion. Very sad. This indicates, my friend, the apathy of the government toward the defense forces. You all know it. I'm just repeating a few examples what I remember I can quote here. What are these? The gradual reduction in the defense budget, taxing the disability pensions. And to my horror, there are far too many senior officials of the armed forces. They have said that disability has been manipulated by many people. Not granting NFU status, granting truncated one rank, one pay, reducing post-retirement avenues through Director General Resettlement (DGR), imposing restrictions on CSD. The only two benefits a veteran gets it after giving his youth and serving the nation is the medical benefits and the CSD benefits. Starving the ECHS of funds, making this scheme almost redundant. Every day I go to the club and pass through Air Force Station, the Air Force Hospital in Kanpur. I see COVID also is one of the reasons. I see almost a half a kilometer of people, elderly people standing to enter the hospital. Just few tablets and it is not available and they have to return. Sad affairs. You see, Siachen and JK allowances for military are far below that of Central Armed Police Forces and police. Opening the cans to the civilians, very dangerously jeoparding the security of the cantonments. Proposal to reduce pension, it is a blow, big blow, and very sad. Proposals to even close down ceremonial and Memorials Day celebration like Battle Honors Day, Vijay, Diwas, Kargil Day. Each regiment has got their specific days. Proposal to close down officers' messes and JCS clubs. Just imagine the pride of any regiment or battalion. It's very unfortunate. The list is unending. My friend Vijay Diwas is a symbol of pride for the Indian Armed Forces, and so should it be to the civilians and the citizen, every citizen of this country. Such celebration reminds the civilians, the citizens about the valor and the secret of our soldiers. The nation spreads tribute by commemorating this day to the brave hearts who did not come back home after the war. The veterans are highly respected in the society since they stand out due to their disciplined life, nationalistic attitude, and helping nature, which they carry home after army, even after the retirement. Wherever they are employed after post-retirement, these qualities are simply seen and they cannot be unobservant. My friend, on this auspicious day, I can only appeal to my fellow citizens and countrymen. If India appears to become, aspires to become a superpower in 21st century, it should take pride in its achievements of the defense forces and respect its soldier, including the veterans, the retired ones. On this golden Vijay Diwas, let us take a pledge to restore the pride of and the dignity of the armed forces and the defense personnel. आओ कि कोई ख्वाब बने कल बुने कल के वास्ते, आओ कि कोई ख्वाब बुने कल के वास्ते, वरना ये रात आज के संगीन दौर की डस लेगी जानो दिल को ऐसे कि जानो दिल ताउम्र ना कोई हंसी ख्वाब बुन सके. My dear friend, let's join hands together, take a fresh resolve and see that my country grows stronger every day, and we must respect and honor the defense personnel, be serving or retired. Jai Hind.